Happy May Day! Happy Thursday, everybody.
How you guys doing?
It is May 1st.
May 1st.
Beginning of a brand new month, everybody. Happy May Day. And you are here with Beth Lee and
Dan IT Guy.
Yes, and this is kind of Dan IT Guy's forte here. We're going to be talking about technology and how far it's come. So welcome into the group. I'm so glad that you're all here. This is our favorite day of the week.
It is.
By far, because we get to see all of you. So thank you guys so much for coming in. Let's see who's here. Oh, we've got Mrs. One-Eye Cat. Wendy, how are you?
What's up, Wendy?
And Cousin Tim. I'm the second person. Nice. Oh, and Cousin Tim says, I'm missing the memes. We are too. We definitely are missing all those memes. What else are you guys missing from the show? You want more guests? What else would you like to see here on the show? Let us know. Yeah. If you like, I know we love those memes.
What do you think would make it more fun? What do you think would make more whatever? More interesting? I don't know. Yes, please.
In the comments, let us know for sure. If you think of something in the middle of the show, let us know. We always try to pull up your comments while you're, as we're going through. We may miss one or two here or there, but we always try to hit everybody's comments because we think that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Is hitting everybody's comments and, reading them out loud. I think that's pretty fun, including everybody.
Hanging out with our friends.
Yes. Turbo Tom. Hi,
hey,
all.
Turbo Tom. How you doing, bud?
I miss the party line phone. Yes. Yes.
No kidding. Wow, that's a lie. That's a ways back, dude.
Yeah.
That is a ways back.
Two Babe, how are you?
What's up, Two Babe?
Welcome back. Oh, last week Two Babe was at a play, and he said the play was awesome. Little Shop of Horrors. Awesome. Nice. Oh, Turbo Tom. 34 years ago, I asked my wife to marry me.
Hey, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations on your engagement. Oh, that's so sweet. We always celebrate those days too. That
Yeah.
The day Dan asked me to marry him, and the day, we love celebrating those kinds of things. I think the more often that you celebrate little things from your relationship, the better it is. So, I love celebrating all those things, like the anniversary of our engagement, the anniversary of our wedding, the anniversary of you moving out here.
Yeah. So
Valentine's Day is always a big one for us because it was our first Valentine's Day. He had been in town for, I think, 2 days. And so it was our first Valentine's Day together. So that's always a special one for us, writing love letters to each other and everything and all that sappy stuff. But I think the more times that you celebrate little things like that in your relationship, I think that the better it is because you're calling to mind those little memories that were so special to you. So I don't know. That's just me. Two Babe wants more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yes, I'm going to have to put that
Makes
on
sense.
here. Yes.
Write that down. More cowbell.
More cowbell. Let me write it down. More cowbell. There. We've got it written down for you two, Babe. Got it. So if you guys are brand new to the show, we would really love it if you would like the channel, if you would like the video that we're doing, the live that we're doing. Subscribe to the channel if you can. Hit that bell, and that way you're notified whenever we put anything out. We actually put out a couple of shorts this week. I don't know if you guys saw them, but they were a couple of shorts of our puppy Lily, so they were cute. One was hide and seek, and what was the other one? The other one, I don't remember what the other one was.
I didn't remember.
Anyways, they were cute though. Two Babe says, I try.
Yes.
So we got thinking, actually, before I start in with this week's show, I wanted to say thank you to Diecast Dream Customs for coming in last week and being on our show with us. We had so much fun with you, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again soon. Yeah. That would be really fun. But if you guys are able to continue supporting Vic and Foggy, that would be awesome. They're still recovering from the house fire that they had last month or a couple months ago. So, if you can try and donate to them or offer some time or supplies, anything, anything is greatly appreciated. So, but this week we got talking about how things have changed. So we were talking in the backyard the other night, and I'm like, man, we were having issues with our TV. That's what started the whole conversation, because we the remote wasn't working.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I miss the days where you just walk up to the TV and push the button and it turns on and it just works. I miss those days.
Turn a dial and channel changes.
Yeah, I miss those days. We only had like 3 channels or 4 channels at the time, but I miss those days, when things were so much easier. And so we started talking about how technology has changed and how far things have come. And so we thought, man, that would be an interesting show. So, T-Babe says, I love Destroyer's shorts and yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Destroyer's got some really good ones.
Yeah, short videos, that is. Yeah, Destroyer Ranch. If you guys haven't been over at his channel for a while, he's got some great shorts out there.
Oh, man. So he's always got some good ones.
Yeah, and Mom and Pop just moved into their new house.
Yeah. So
my mom and Dad, they're in.
Are moved into their, what is it, modular home.
Yes. Yeah. So they're in. It's, they're getting all set up and unpacking and everything. I wish I was there because I would love to help unpack the boxes. It's my favorite part. It's like Christmas. Two-Babe says, I was the remote for my dad.
Yeah,
yes.
That was us. Yeah.
Yeah, we were too. We were the remotes. And I think that's why our generation, we were so thin.
Yeah. Running back and forth.
Yeah, we were running back and forth because, you'd get up and change the channel and then you'd sit down and then your dad would be like, no, I don't want to watch this. And then you have to get up because Dad wasn't going to do it. Right. So that's what we were there for. That's why he had 4 of us. So we got thinking how many things have changed. There have been a lot of things that have changed and things that we grew up with that are obsolete.
Yeah.
They're not even around anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So let's dive into that. So like we said, technology's come so far since we were kids. Some things are no longer necessary. So let's take a look. Vacuum cleaners. I found this ad and I thought it was so funny. Honey, when you've got a wife who's 5'2", she needs a powerhouse of a vacuum cleaner. Okay.
Okay then.
Yeah, that was an ad from the 70s. But yeah, vacuum cleaners, these great big things here.
Yep.
They've
backpacks.
Yeah, they've come a long, long way. And I found an ad from way back then that I thought was pretty funny.
He made it lighter, so it's easier to use, easier to maneuver, and stronger. And in case you hadn't noticed, it's prettier.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, because, you don't want to use an ugly vacuum. So you got to have a pretty one. Let's see. Yeah, today we have Roombas that will vacuum your floor for you. You just program it or turn it on, whatever you do with it. I don't have one, so, But apparently your cat gets to ride around on it. So
maybe we'll have one at the new house when we get it.
Yeah. Babe, what the hell is on their floor? Sand? I was thinking the same thing. Man, that is a really messy floor if you cut it. What the hell is on there? I think kitty litter. That's
kitty
what
litter.
you need a Roomba for now. You had to
cat Uber.
Yeah, the cat Uber.
That's what he said.
That's hilarious. Cat Uber. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Back in our day, you're going to hear that probably. Yeah. I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd say that. But back in our day, we rode bikes and we had so much fun just going out and riding around the neighborhood. Now the bikes have come a long, long way. Yeah. Electric bikes. Colleen Tebow, how are you? So happy you made it in.
Hey, what's up, Colleen?
Yeah. We have electric bikes, so the kids don't even have to pedal anymore.
Right.
So just for kicks, I just want to compare these 2 photos. You've got this one here. Let me blow it up. So this one here And you've got this one here. What differences do you see? What differences do you see between the two pictures?
Let's see here. So one of the kids is not wearing any shoes.
Yeah. This one here, he's not even wearing shoes.
Yeah, that would be me.
That would have been two of my brothers at least.
I had so many bloody toes from
catching
my foot on the ground.
Spikes too. None of them were wearing helmets. And, they all look pretty darn happy.
Yeah.
They all look pretty darn happy.
Yeah.
This one here, yeah. She looks a little petrified, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one trait from our generation. We were all super thin kids.
We didn't wear helmets.
If you flew off your bike, hopefully you survived. If not, that's why your parents had 3 or 4.
Right.
But then, they
were playing the odds.
Right. if I got 4, maybe 3 of them will make it,
We'll go 4 just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were tough. Like, you skinned your knee and you didn't cry about it because mom.
Oh no, I cried about it.
My mom didn't care. Like,
don't get me wrong. My mom didn't care. She scrubbed it harder.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell mom.
Woo!
You didn't tell mom that you scraped your knee because then she got the peroxide out.
Oh, and that little brush.
And the brush and scrubbed all the gravel out of your knee. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. Yeah,
it's bad enough that you skinned yourself.
Right.
On the ground, you ripped your skin off. Then you go in the house, and then she rips more skin off to clean the skin that's left.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, bikes ride themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, Colleen says kids nowadays, they have no idea.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no helmets. Is that a turbo bike? Scary. Yeah, Colleen says no helmets. Look at Damien's face.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, when you're on a motorized thing, you probably should be wearing a helmet. Bet all those kids drank out of the hose that day.
Oh,
yes, I'm sure they did. Because if you didn't, then you didn't get water for the day. So that's how that works.
That was your daily water intake.
Yes. Back in the day, we had real vehicels.
Real metal.
Yeah, like they were actually made of metal, not plastic. They didn't crumple if somebody walked past them. Turbo Tom says, I have a girl and a boy and an extra, which gave me 2 grandsons.
There you go.
There you go. See? And the grandkids are who you send upstairs to get you stuff.
Yep.
Because they're little and they'll do whatever, like go get me whatever. Okay.
Because you want to keep them busy, otherwise they're going to talk your face off.
And if they go silent, if you don't hear anything from kids, for those of you who have kids, if you don't hear anything from the kids' room, you better get up and go check. Like, I'm just saying. We have the same issue with our dogs. If we don't hear them snoring, we have to get up and go check because there's something going on. Sue Babe says, Mama, let's see, I had called him out about not wearing one earlier in the week. That concrete or rocks hurt. We are not teens anymore.
Oh,
right?
Man, you ain't kidding, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Colleen, we used to give the kids quarters to get us beers. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that short looked like it hurt.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't imagine that the actual accident didn't hurt a little worse.
Ooh,
that looked bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember being a kid and my dad would send me into the liquor store to buy beer for him.
Oh, yeah.
And I would just tell the guy, my dad's outside. I have to pick up some beer for him. And they'd sell me the beer. I was like 10.
Yeah.
And, you just walk out with it because your dad's outside. So it's not a problem. But yeah, I remember those days. And we used to tell our kids, we had a 2-story house when they were growing up. And like 2 of the houses were 2 stories.
Yeah.
And so they would complain because I'd say, hey, run upstairs and grab a hair clip for me, or run upstairs and grab my shoes, or run upstairs and grab whatever. And they'd be like, why do we have to do it? Why can't you go and do it? And I'm like, okay, we didn't bring you into this house so that we could go and do all these things. We brought you here so that you could do those things for us. That's the only reason that you're living in our house, because I don't want to have to keep going upstairs. It's bad. I don't want to have to do that. Two Babe says, high life ponies while Dad cut the grass. Yes. Y'all saw his face, not his hand, knee, or ankle. Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the face looked bad enough, Colleen.
Was he riding a bike or was he riding on a mini bike or something?
Mini bike, right, Colleen? I think it was a mini bike, right? Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, his face was bad.
Yeah, Two Babe. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out.
Here it is. Famous words.
Yep. Yeah, so we had like real cars, like real metal. You could sit on the hood and it wouldn't crumple in. Yeah, like you walk past cars today and breathe on them the wrong way, and now they're dented. It's crazy.
Well, you know, when you breathe on them with your elbow as hard as you possibly can, it's gonna leave a dent. Yeah.
I mean, all I know is our Kia must be made of high quality metal. Because
my goodness.
we've been watching Ryan Hall, another YouTube guy, and, you know, doing the weather and everything, and watching all the storms this last week. Yeah. And like, we've seen softball size hail on some of the storms, and we're like, yep, we remember the softball size hail that we drove through. And it
was literally in the same area where we were.
Yes, north of Amarillo.
Just north of Amarillo.
Yep. And our car took it. And then some. And it
amazing.
was
I cannot believe to this day that those windows are still in that car.
I know. And my aunt told me there's no such thing as softball size hail, and it would have completely obliterated your windshield. And I said, okay, here's the thing. That's what makes it a miracle, is that we had no scratches. Like, we had a little dents in our car, but that's it. None of the windows in our car were blown out. None of them cracked. Like, none of them had even a crack in them. It was insane. It was a miracle. And now, I'm like, yes, that's the miracle.
Metal on the car, that's a whole different story. You can still see the ripples.
Yes, on the hood of like the top of the car. Yeah, you can still see the ripples, but took it. It
was soft. They were at least probably 3 inches, maybe 4 inches. I don't know.
It was huge. Insane. I have never been that scared sitting in a car before. I've never been that scared before. And
I just remember
the sound of it was so loud.
It went from like just a little over pea size to like golf ball size to tennis ball size to all of a sudden it was like bam, bam, bam.
It was crazy, bouncing off of the car, and then you could see them bouncing off of the ground and like popping back up. And
the whole time
it was snowing on the ground.
I'm trying to take a video of it, and I can't. I'm so like
freaked out
that I can't even get my phone to work.
Yeah, the IT guy could not figure out how to make his phone work. It was crazy.
I kept taking pictures thinking I was taking a video.
Yes.
And oh my God, I was so mad after everything was done. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
We had our radio all the way up, and we couldn't not hear the alerts coming out for the tornado warning that was going on very close to us. So we had to have been in the hail core of that tornado. Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
It was nuts.
Yeah, Colleen confirmed it was the mini bike. Oh, how's the mini bike? Is it okay, or does he have to rebuild it now?
Or what happened?
Yeah, let us know how the mini bike is. She said, "Here's the perfect comeback for I didn't ask to be born." Yes, you did. You beat out 1 million other sperm. Amen. Yes, you did ask to be born. Yeah, exactly. That is the perfect comeback. That's
you competed
awesome. Yes.
To get here.
I always told the kids, I can make a couple of phone calls and you can move. I mean, I could do that for you if you want. I have the time. So today we have vehicles that drive themselves, they park themselves, and steer themselves. I just don't trust it.
No, not
I don't trust it.
I mean, maybe over time
right.
I'll learn to trust it, but it hasn't proven itself 100%.
Yeah, I've heard of too many accidents where these self-driving vehicles have crashed or run over people because they didn't see them or whatever.
Yeah. They actually have autonomous vehicles out here in Phoenix, and one of them wasn't that long ago drove onto the highway the wrong direction.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
It was going the wrong way on the highway, so they had to chase it down and get it turned back around. I don't know what the heck they had to do to get it turned back around, but it was
I don't even trust putting my car on cruise control and taking my foot off the gas. I don't even trust that. And Dan drives with cruise control all the time.
I love cruise control.
I don't even trust that. I like having the control of like speeding up or slowing down, and I like that. Maybe I'm a control freak. I don't know. Am I? Answer me. Yeah, it became a Dodge car.
There you go.
Dodge the car. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't trust it.
I was just thinking, Dodge car.
I just don't trust them. So, anyways, video games have come a long way. We went from we went from Pong, which was incredibly simple. It was technologically savvy at the time, though. I do have to say
it was cool.
It was really cool.
It was just the fact that you could move the thing that whatever you want to call that, the line that was on the screen with your remote control was really cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. Like to see that technology come out and to go from like you were playing board games before. So, to see that new technology where you're moving something in your hand and it's showing it on the TV, that was mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
Two Babe says, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a car.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome. Now we have video games that have like incredible graphics. Yeah. There's like way in the back, there's video games.
Oh, what?
It's a video game system. Yeah.
Looks like she's watching football.
Yeah, she's watching
football. Controller
football.
in her hand.
She's playing football.
Maybe.
She's playing a football game.
Well, Madden.
Something. First time I showed Dan this picture, he's like, what video game? Like, there's a video game up there, honey.
There's not.
Football games look real now.
I disagree.
Yes. Yeah, football games look real.
It does. It looks real.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. Even refrigerators have come a long way.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I remember this wallpaper. I think my mom and dad had this wallpaper in the kitchen.
It wouldn't surprise me. We had that at our house on Rutgers.
I'm trying to remember. It had to have been at least two of the houses we had when we were growing up that had that same wallpaper. I think that was like remember the smell of wallpaper?
Oh,
like
God.
the books of wallpaper samples. Oh my God, I love that smell. I loved it.
I remember
that?
I remember I was walking through Carpet Land.
Yes.
And one of the bungee cords that were holding, because they had the rolls of carpet.
Yeah.
They had them all bungee corded. While I'm walking by, and one of the bungee cord let loose, and it went whack and smacked me in the face.
Oh my God!
That shit hurt.
Did you get free carpet for your house? Like no, you should have. I think should have. Yeah, I remember refrigerators
left a
that
big
looked like
mark
that.
all the way across my face.
God.
And smacked me in the teeth. Sent my teeth through my lip.
Jeez. Wow.
Like, bam! I was down for the count going, what the hell just happened? I have no idea where I am right now.
Where'd he go? Who hit me?
Who is this? Did I answer the phone? What's going on?
Yeah, Babe's like, wow, Dan.
I mean, it explains a lot.
Yeah, it explains why you don't want to go to a carpet place with me anymore. Like,
that is true.
He stands at the door and he doesn't want to go in.
No.
And I have to like coax him in. He doesn't want to go in.
Nope.
It's terrible.
Nope.
I have to drag the carpet out to him No, I'm just kidding.
What about this one, honey? You bring me out a little sample. What about this one?
No, I just pick it out myself. It's fine.
No.
So yeah, these refrigerators, all you had an ice box on the top. That's what my dad called it. He called it the ice box.
Yep.
And then just like barely enough room for a couple of gallons of milk and some fresh food in there. Dan's anti-carpet. Yes. He does not like carpet.
It's crazy. Because,
no magic carpet rides.
Yeah. I used to love the smell of carpet.
Until it hit you in the face.
Until I got hit in the face with that bungee cord.
Yeah. I mean, I could see how it would be wrecked.
After that, it just wasn't the same. That smell meant something completely different.
Yeah, a lot of blood in your mouth.
I
think. So today, like we went from like you just plug the refrigerator in and then you go there and get your food out. We went from that to now we have refrigerators that have Alexa queued into them.
That will talk to you.
Yeah, it's like built in. They make grocery lists for you. They keep track of your calendar. They tell you like when you're out of things in your refrigerator. They're amazing. But I don't think I want my refrigerator knowing that much about my life. I think I'll pass.
Well, and you have to buy everything on Amazon.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
It's expensive.
Like I remember the kids like telling the kids, go grab the ice cube maker, the ice cube tray, and I'm gonna put some Kool-Aid in there and freeze it, and we can have little popsicles. And they're like, "What's an ice cream tray?" Because they were so used to the ice maker.
Tray, yeah,
they were so used to the ice cube maker in the refrigerator in the door that they didn't know what an ice cube tray was. And I'm like, am I that old? I don't think I am, but am I that old?
Right.
I remember my mom making those. Like if we didn't have very much money, which we never did, she would take Kool-Aid and then she would pour it into the ice cube trays, put a stick in there, and then freeze it. And we had homemade popsicles.
You just do half the amount of water, and you make Kool-Aid with like half of the amount of water.
Just add a lot of more sugar.
And more sugar.
A lot more sugar.
And then you put it in there, and
like a ton more sugar.
It's fantastic.
It is. It's delicious. Oh my God. We're not making anything. We're not making any today. Because I think I already packed the ice cube trays. Yes, those were really good in the summer. Yes. They were delicious in the summer. Really good. So like refrigerators have come a long way. You wouldn't think like a refrigerator would come that far, but it has.
It has.
We were mentioning TVs. Like this was our TV from when we were growing up. Ours looked just like this.
Right.
Those suckers were so heavy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
All wood cabinets and super nice polish on them and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they were nuttier than a fruitcake. They were heavy as hell.
And this one needs a good scrubbing. Like it needs like.
And that's refinish. Not even the heaviest one.
I know. There's heavier ones out there.
Was the 36-inch that I had. It was the heaviest TV ever.
Yes.
It was 400 pounds.
Jeez. Yeah, I remember we had one of these, and this is the one where you get up, the kids get up, and you have to go switch the channels. And like Saturday mornings, my brothers and I would have like all-out brawls to see who was going to watch whatever cartoon. Like, because if you leave the room, channel's getting switched,
right?
And then you have to fight to change the channel back. Let's see here. Two Babe says, I remember those TVs. With another TV on top of it.
Yep.
Mammy had one with a record player in it. Yes, my grandma did too. There were separate consoles that they had that you lift the top, and there was a record player inside. And then my grandma had one that was they had the record player inside, and then there was a radio, I think, on the front.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the radio on the front of it?
I think so.
I think. Yeah, those were really neat. Yeah, remote equals kids. Yes.
We actually had a console that was all of it was inside. Like it was a Motorola, I want to say, but it had like a dial that went up and down for FM and AM and all that, and then it had 8-track player, and then it had record player.
Yeah.
And it was like state of the art back then.
Yeah. And on the top, what did we keep on the top? Pictures of the family.
Yep.
All the kids' pictures lined. They all lined the top there. But TVs have come a long, long way. Like the TVs are a lot lighter now. Like I could lift it and, and move it from one place to another. And like the TVs, they have like built-in apps now. They have, and it's
Android's built in.
Like I said to
Fire
Dan,
TV's built in.
I told Dan, I'm like, okay, all I want to do is just turn the TV on and have it turn on to the channel I want to watch. I don't want to play around with going to a certain app and, figuring out whatever. But it is nice to like Netflix and chill. And didn't you tell me that has a different meaning?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought Netflix and chill meant you turn Netflix on and you sit in front of the TV and hang out. I didn't know that Netflix and chill had a different meaning. Maybe I'm just being naive again. I don't know. I didn't know that. Dan's like, how did you not know that? I don't know. The CCR man on 8-track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Credence.
Yep. So yeah, TVs have come a long way. We actually found an old TV commercial. I thought that was interesting.
On the one television that is itself a work of art, the Emmy Award-winning Sony Trinitron.
Emmy Award-winning.
Yes.
Sony. Emmy Award-winning.
You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Look at that.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Look at that. Look at it. Yes, TVs have, but
can't lift ours.
Ours it can't lift. Ours is a 70-inch in our bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah. The bigger ones, I can't lift those either. I'm right there with you. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Wendy. I can't lift some of them either. I'll help Dan with them, but I can't lift them either.
Right.
We have like the 70-inch or 85-inch or whatever it is. I don't even remember what it is.
I think it's a 65.
65-inch?
Yeah.
Yes, too bad. Just look at
it. Just take a look at it.
Just look at it.
Ed Bassmaster.
Yeah. Computers.
Oh,
this is your forte.
The whole back of that display was the computer.
Yes.
And then below it was the disk drives.
Colleen says, warning, don't look up kid flicks. Turns out it was a trafficking site.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Why do people do that? Why do they create sites that are trafficking sites? I don't understand the logic of that. I guess because I'm not a pedophile. I don't know. I don't understand.
People are sick.
I don't understand that sickness. I really, really don't. And I don't want anybody to explain it to me, but like I don't want to know the reasoning, but I don't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it was probably an IBM.
Would you like to play chess? Yes. From War Games, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to play a game?
Yes, Colleen, definitely. Sick
Yep.
fucks. Exactly. That's exactly what they are.
You got that right.
Yes. Yeah, I remember working on computers like this at Arizona State University.
Yeah.
That's when I had my floppy disks.
I'm pretty sure that actual computer style actually had a mainframe, and then you had it was like a drone station kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I believe that's what that is, but
it's insane how far computers have come.
Is it a Xerox maybe? I can't see what the brand is on it, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild.
I remember you probably like
come. I wonder how long it took her to put that freaking thing on there. What am I talking about?
That picture, that graph up there?
The graph.
Yeah. That probably took weeks for her to make.
It probably did.
But yeah, I remember when you first moved out here, you were building your own computer.
Yeah.
And like he's amazing because he had this huge plastic container and it was full of parts. And like building the tower from scratch. I remember you building the tower.
Yeah,
And
I just kept buying pieces, one piece at a time. When stuff would go on sale, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'd put it all together.
Yeah. It was insane. And I remember like you had to buy a particular type of fan for the tower and like keep it cool. Yeah. Cousin Tim, no way that monitor was color. Exactly. Yeah, I think they added the color to it because there's no way those back in the day. No, those were all black and white. That was all. Well, they weren't even black and white. It was gray. Yeah, green. That's right. It was green. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Green.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I told you know more about this than I do. And 400 floppy disks. Exactly.
Yeah, to do one little thing. Yeah.
Yes, monochrome.
There it is.
Yep. Yeah, between you and Tim, you guys have much more knowledge about computers than I do.
Tim even has more than I do.
Wow. That's saying something. So it's Tim IT guy.
Tim IT guy, yes.
Yeah, now we've got these thin little laptops.
Well, most people don't even use a laptop anymore. They just use a tablet.
Right, or their phone.
Yeah,
like I love using my laptop. You can't type on my laptop though.
No.
Like he hates
my fingers are too
trying
fat.
To type it.
I gotta have a keyboard.
Yeah, he hates trying to type on my laptop. So he actually connects his laptop to or his keyboard to my laptop when he wants to type on it because he hates typing on it. But I like it because my hands are small, so like I can reach the keys really well. Plus, I type on it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin retired from IBM as VP of
Foreign Sales. Huh?
Foreign Sales.
Wow,
that's amazing.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, cousin Tim said Dan is too modest. Yes, he is. He is way too modest.
No.
Yes. Two Babe says wife has MacBook Air weighs nothing.
Right.
Yeah, those things they're so light, and like even my laptop, it's a little heavier than I've seen some other ones, but
it's probably 5 years old.
Right.
You know.
I love it though.
But it's decent.
I've written my books on there, and like I'm constantly typing on there.
It doesn't die out on you. So.
No, and it's amazing. The storage capacity on there. Really good. It's good.
It's a pretty good.
Well, hello, Vic. How are you?
Hey, what's up,
Made
Vic?
it a little late, but I'm here. So
Nice.
happy that you're here.
Good to see you, bud.
Very happy that you're
Hope
here.
you guys are doing well.
Talking about tech. Yeah, we have the cloud for storage, so you don't even need the towers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We're not far off from having just a dumb box with a frickin' mainframe, basically.
It's crazy. Yes, Wendy, I agree. I love our laptops. I do too. I love it.
I love my laptop.
Yeah.
My eyes, not so much. That's why I'm wearing these glasses, because my eyes were getting so bad, I almost couldn't see at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it was starting to scare me a little bit. So I got these blue
and
block
the setup that you have here, he's got three screens,
monitors.
3 monitors, and then he's got.
But I gotta have it.
Yeah, for work, and so I love just using the laptop. I'm in my office, like for hours just typing. I'm in the middle of I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm in the middle of writing my my autobiography, and it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy. It's good though. Vic says, I'm very full of spaghetti at the moment. LOL, tech, eh? My first car had an AM radio. Does that count?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Wendy says I have a desk computer too. I used a desktop when I was teaching Mike, when I was homeschooling Mike.
You were using the one I built.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And
it had one
it
of
worked
the first SSD hard drives.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great computer, and so I had I taught Mike on that one, and created different worksheets for him, and all the lesson plan stuff I had to print out and I use that thing a lot.
Yep.
A lot. Yeah, Two Babe says, come on in. Cousin Tim, yep, on the 3 monitors synced as one. Yep, exactly.
That's what I got.
Diecast says, does she come with the computer?
More than likely, no.
I don't know.
You never know, though. I'm not saying never, because I just don't do it.
Two Babe says, new tech, AM. Yes. Let's see. We have smart homes. Like, he goes, damn it. We have smart homes. Like, I was impressed with like the big house that we had, because it had like little charging areas for your phone that, like, instead of having an outlet right there, you had a charging port.
It was an outlet, but then it also had
the charge ports
on the outside.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool. And then we had like the door locking system that was really cool. And you know, it was like it had like a time timestamps on it, so you could tell when people were coming in and out of the door. That got the kids in trouble quite a few times. But
you had to put a code in to get in the house.
Yeah. And so it registered. It was a timestamp every time the door opened up. But these smart homes, they have so many different features, like CCTV.
Closed circuit TV, which is video.
Yep, you can play music throughout the different parts of the house.
Yep, audio.
Like, I remember one of the houses we had back in Illinois had an intercom system throughout the whole house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did we have fun with that? Oh my gosh.
God, I haven't seen one of those in forever.
We had so much fun with that. Oh my God.
But you had a regular phone. You didn't have this computer.
Right. Exactly. Like some houses, you had your house in Illinois, your last house programmed for the heating and the air conditioning and the lights.
Heating, air conditioning, lights. I had CCTV. I had, of course, Wi-Fi. I had my TV connected to my computer at home, my gaming system computer connected to my TV. And I had it set up so that I had a monitor right by us or right by me. And then I had the TV so that I could I'd be playing GTA. I'd go in and I'd spawn a tank and it would drop out of the sky and I'd be able to jump in and put myself in God mode.
He was all pimped out before he came out here with me.
But I would, whenever my friends would come over, I'd have them take the controller and drive around and do stuff. And I would drop, like, if they wanted to, whatever, I would drop it.
You're using all the cheat codes.
I want a warthog. Okay, boom, there it is. Helicopter, there it is. Whatever they want. We need
to hook up GTA again and play.
Oh God, yes. Oh,
I want to play GTA.
It's my favorite game.
Mine too. I love it. It's so much fun.
It changed games forever.
Yes, I love that.
When they made it so that you could go off mission and just do whatever you want, as long as you don't get either caught by the police or shot.
Yeah. Two Babe says, if that girl comes with the computer, OnlyFans says yes.
Yes.
That's the online school teacher. Probably. Oh my gosh. Goodness. Yeah, that probably. Eventually, I'll pull all my info off my dinosaur tower. Yeah.
I get it.
We had to do that. We were moving, I think we were moving back to Illinois. When we went out there.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, we had to pull all the information off of my dad's tower, and there was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there was a lot. Yeah.
I still have a whole box full of hard drives from all of my old computers.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to go through those and see what's on them.
It would be interesting.
I don't know if I want to see. We'll see.
I need to get.
I don't know.
When we get to Kentucky, that's one thing I want to. That's going to be a goal of mine is to build myself a little computer lab.
Do I get to look to see what's on there too?
Yeah, absolutely.
That should be fun. Diecast says my home is so smart that it tried to kill us.
Right.
Right. I can't believe I don't still have a few try AOL free CDs.
Yes.
We've gone through Dan's, like, he's
I had a
got
collection at one
binders
time.
of CDs. And we just went through, and he's like, okay, we don't even have a computer that we can use this on
Right.
anymore.
It's
We can
for
throw this
like
out.
Windows 98.
Yeah.
It's not going to work on a new computer.
No. I'm like, do we need to keep all of these?
And
Like,
even if
we,
it did, it was a shitty program anyway.
Yeah. Do we need to keep all of them? And he's
AOL
like, all
was
right.
awesome. I used to love AOL.
But I don't touch his computer stuff because I don't know what he wants to keep and what we can throw out. So that's his area. I don't touch any of it because I'm like, nope, not my forte.
I got rid of a lot
Yes.
of stuff this year. Holy cow.
Yeah. A whole, like a huge tub of
Motherboards
cords.
and cords
Yeah.
and power supplies. And I mean, just
Crazy.
insane.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Things I pulled out of other computers, and then I would like pull parts out of it and use it in different computers.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Two Babe says, I asked the smart home for a beer. Still waiting.
Dang it. Better
Diecast,
check on your robot. See if his battery's dead.
he said, I think I want to go backward from everyone else with the rebuild. Internet, sure, but I want a dumbwaiter for laundry and snacks.
There you go.
That's a great idea. I love it. Gonna put my shop in the basement, since it's clean now.
I
Yes.
like it.
You need a dumbwaiter from the kitchen to the
to your-
basement
yep.
where your shop is.
Yep.
And
That way you don't have to climb.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry
Foggy can
stuff
just
down.
send stuff down. That's
Boom.
awesome. Put
There
a
it
bed
is.
down there and you never have to go upstairs. Create a bathroom.
Bob's your uncle.
There you go. Bob is your uncle.
He is. He's my favorite uncle.
Cousin Tim says, I can fly the Buzzard attack chopper better than my own car. All right, that's it. Tim, we're going to have to get together at some point and play GTA.
For
It's going to
sure.
be fun. I just like trying to see how many pedestrians I can run over with the car.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's really, really fun.
Hell yeah.
It's fun. Colleen says, my ex's father worked for the local phone company. When he built his house, he had panels throughout that would show what lights were on. He could control it out, lights out 9 p.m. or else.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had all the lights in my house were remote control lights, and I had remote outlets for a lot of the outlets where you could turn this on, turn that on at certain times or whatever. It was pretty cool.
I just thought it was really cool at like some of our houses where you could plug your lamp into the upside down outlet and then turn
the
switch and it turned your light on. I just thought that was
Exciting
really
stuff.
cool. I just thought that was cool. I don't know.
That's exciting stuff right there.
Yes, I'm simple like that though. I'm easy to please. I guess I don't know. Very easy to please.
I must be long-winded today.
No, you're good. You're good. Honey, you're good. No, so we've talked a little bit about phones. So phones have changed dramatically.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. AC are all remote now.
Yep.
Yeah. Colleen says, my kids hated going to their grandparents' house. Yes. So phones have changed dramatically. Like things nobody said in the 80s, I lost my phone.
Right.
Because it was attached to the landline. It was like there was a wire
there is
that
no
attached.
losing it, even if you wanted to.
And it was corded, so you can only walk so far away from the receiver. And my dad would give us 5 minutes on the phone, and that's it. And so
time limit.
Yeah, so at 5 minutes he'd walk over and hit the receiver, and your phone call was over, and that was it. And you didn't complain because
he's paying the bills. So.
Yeah, it's his phone, so it's not my phone.
You could
it's his.
complain. But then again, you didn't want to be talking out of the other side of your face.
Right. I really liked the way my face looked, so
then,
I didn't want to complain about anything.
And the ability to actually use the phone is probably good.
Well, the ability to speak was important to me.
That's more important.
That was important to me. The ability to speak with all of my teeth in my mouth. That was important to me, Cousin Tim, you don't still carry your phone in a bag? You were talking about that. Yeah, the cheddar phone. Exactly.
Yep.
No, phones haven't. Everyone has to charge their phone. They're still connected to a wire. That's very true. Exactly. I still remember my phone number as a kid, and it was only 5 numbers. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's country living. There's times where I remember my grandma's phone number because I called it all the time, but there's times I don't. We had a lot of phone numbers when I was growing up. But yeah, there's things that have become obsolete because we use a phone now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need calendars because you got a phone. You don't need a camera because you got your phone. Camcorders. Yeah, I like this. It's so light. You can take it anywhere.
It's only 15 pounds. What?
My grandmother had a Bakelite phone with the mouthpiece attached to the base. Like legitimate antique. Why she didn't replace it? She said it still worked.
Hey.
Exactly.
There you go.
That was my reasoning on
simple
everything.
Technology back then, you know.
Yeah, that was my reasoning when I went into the phones to the T-Mobile last time and changed out my phone because, like the guy said, your phone is like 7 years old. It's a dinosaur, and I'm like, don't talk badly about my phone. You're gonna hurt its feelings. And
it's gonna stop working, you son of a bitch.
And he goes,
if it stops working, I'm blaming you.
He said it's so old. It's not even listed on the paperwork anymore. And I'm like, I still have the box and all the paperwork from when I got it. Yep. Here it is.
And it's still flawless.
Yeah, there's not a scratch on it. And he goes, that's impressive. I will say that's impressive. For a dinosaur this old not to have a scratch on it. And I'm like, okay, young child, I'm going to have to punch you.
Stop calling it a dinosaur, you jackass.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that to you. Please stop. But yeah, even my cell phone is outdated within like 6 months or something.
Oh, yeah.
Wendy says, we got one hanging outside the garage with an old phone book. Oh, my God. I miss phone books. I miss looking up phone numbers in the phone book. Right. Like for pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I remember. Oh, I loved phone books. I can only remember my grandmother's number. I'm screwed if my phone dies. She passed 9 years ago. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't remember phone numbers anymore. I barely remember yours. Yeah. Sometimes I don't remember my own. I'm like, what's my phone number again?
6023. Oh, what?
I'm like, don't say it on here. What are you doing there, sir? Turbo Tom says our ring was 2 longs and a short.
Yep, the party line.
Yes, exactly.
You can lift it up and listen to everybody talking.
This is my 3rd phone this year. Oh my gosh! Wow. No. Yeah, I got. He gave me a whole lot of shit because my phone was 7 years old, and I'm like, but it still works, so that's why. And I like it. I liked it a lot because I don't like change as far as like phones and technology because I can never remember how to find stuff, and I don't like learning new stuff technology wise. But
she's a bit of a curmudgeon.
I love moving to a new house and starting over there, but I don't like new technology stuff. Yeah. I hate it. Phone book, best for winning pillow fights with your siblings. And it made a great high chair. You'd pile like 3 or 4 of them up and your kid could sit on top of the phone book. You just have to make sure that they're all stacked nicely. Otherwise, they're going to slide off. You know, you don't want to do that. Remember the size of the Chicago phone book and everyone trying to rip them?
Like
yes.
Like that thick.
Yeah, they were.
I remember that. And
they were thick.
You had to grab it and try to rip it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Virtually impossible.
Yeah, Rockford's phone books weren't that thick.
No.
Not that at all.
They were thick, but they weren't like
that
Chicago.
thick, no. Until you see the NYC phone book, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The cause, because you never call yourself. Exactly, right. Wendy. Yeah, you never call yourself. So, and that's the same thing. Like our address here, we've moved several times in the last, you guys know, in the last 4 years. So it's like, I forgot our address. I don't remember our address. Yeah. Vic says, got a bill. Be safe. House update soon. Nice.
Cool, man.
Perfect.
Good seeing you, bud.
Yeah, you can finish watching the show later, Vic. We'll talk soon. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming in. But yeah, phone books, or I'm sorry, where were we? Camcorders. Yes. Yeah, answering machines. Remember these things? Answering machines? Yes. Like the answering machine in our house was whoever was standing closest to the phone when it rang, and a pen and a pad of paper. So if anyone called when my brothers were home, you didn't get a message taken.
No.
Because they're like, yeah, I'll tell them you called. And then they wouldn't.
And then they'd forget.
So like,
Yep.
they didn't
I
write
didn't tell
anything
you?
down.
Oh, yeah, they called.
I thought I told you. No, you did. Oh, they'll call back. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I got my same phone number since way before 2003. Nice. Yes. Tim says, damn, at first I thought that was a Betamax.
We were talking about Betamax. Actually, we had when we lived at the farm when I was a teenager, we had a Betamax.
Yes.
And it was the old one with the big clunker.
Yes. Did you have to actually
you put
push
it in there and clunk it down? Only this one had a microphone you could plug into it.
Oh.
And you could dub audio over the top of whatever you were playing.
I would have way too much fun with it.
Holy cow. We went.
Oh my God.
Almost all of the betas that were there, the beta tapes that were there, were Christian preachers, like TV evangelists. So we went in there and were just tearing it apart. Oh my God. You hurt your jaws. Like, oh my God, it was hilarious. I wish I still had that somewhere.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. I would love if you could find that.
Steve was the one who did a lot of it. That was just absolutely hilarious.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
It had two babes says, believe it or not, George is not home. Who could it be? Believe it or not, George is not home.
Who could it be?
Believe it or not, George is not home. Pencil on the wall works. Yes.
There you go.
My brothers would not take messages, though. They absolutely refused. I think it went against their religion somehow. I don't know. Colleen says, my last phone was 6 years old. They stopped supporting it and forced me to upgrade. That's what happened with me.
Literally same thing.
My screen was not broken. 2 days into a new phone with screen protection, I dropped it once and, oh my God, broke the screen and the protector. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I have a crack on mine now, like a tiny, tiny little crack. I showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't look at me like I didn't. But no, it's got a tiny little crack, and I'm like, I had my other phone for 7 years and never had a scratch on it.
Yeah. The only scratch I have on mine is from the ring here.
Yes.
There's a little like circle on the back of this. Other than that, it's like mint.
Yes.
And this is S21.
Yep. Two Babes says we had a chrome VCR. I think it had wood grain too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I remember them.
Because oh my God. Because we dubbed a golf announcer over a porn video once.
Yes.
I was dying.
Yes. I'm sure Tim probably remembers our Betamax. That thing was awesome.
Oh my God, Tim.
Oh.
Hey, have to take a call. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks so much, Tim, babe. Trevor Tom says my mom has the same number since 1971.
Wow.
Holy cow. Yes, I do. You remember your Betamax?
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's hilarious. Yeah, answer machines, payphones. I had a purse stolen from a payphone because I walked away and forgot that my purse was there.
Oh.
I was gone for 30 seconds and came back and it was gone. I was so mad.
I remember when they had one of the very first cell phones that it actually had like a little trackball on it. That actually had like a screen that you could move the mouse around.
Yeah.
I was doing telecommunications at the time. I was walking a site and I had to go to the bathroom. So I ran down the road, went to a gas station, ran in the bathroom, did my business, got up. All of a sudden I'm like, wait a second. Sitting in my car going,
where's my phone?
Where's my phone go? Shit.
That's where it
drive
is.
back. It's gone. I was so mad. I was like, "There's nobody here. How in the hell is it gone?"
Yeah, that's the thing. There was nobody near that phone. That
I even went
payphone.
over and was asking. I asked everybody, like, that was working there, because that's all it was there was people that were working there.
It's crap. Tape recorders we don't need anymore.
Right?
Phone books. We were talking about the phone books. Yeah. We don't need phone books because you can just look up phone numbers.
Yeah.
You're saying Yellow Book is the key to it all?
The path to enlightenment starts with the Yellow Book.
Yeah, it's crazy. So many things we don't need anymore. Newspapers. Who reads a newspaper anymore? Like, nobody does.
No,
It's crazy.
It's on your phone. I can hear and I can see.
Johnny
So
Dangerous.
who am I?
Yeah, Wendy remembers those. Record and play. Yes. Oh my gosh. We used to have to lay one tape recorder on the other one and be silent to copy a tape.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Remember recording songs off the radio.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, don't talk, Mr. DJ guy. Just be quiet and just start the song.
They would always talk over the beginning.
Yes. Alarm clocks. Everybody uses their phones. Like, I know a couple of people who still have alarm clocks, but for the most part, we just use our phones.
Yep.
Paper maps.
Yeah.
Like road maps. I still have a road map in our car.
Horrible.
The Thomas Guide.
Yeah. Then
But
that's
it's
actually
so
decent,
old.
but-
It's from like the early 90s.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has changed so much that it's not even.
Doesn't even apply.
Yeah. But I love paper maps. I loved them.
22 miles away. You're in the wrong state. Get yourself a new map.
See, now that wouldn't happen if you had a good cell phone.
There you go.
Yes, Alexa is now my unreliable alarm.
Right?
What a bitch. She doesn't wake you up on time. Copying radio. Yes. I had so many mixtapes when I was growing up. I was really good. I got really good at it.
I got really good at it. So I had the double dub where you could dub from one tape to the
Yes. Yes. I loved it.
other. It was awesome.
Cookbooks. We don't need cookbooks anymore because we can just look up recipes on our phones. I still love cookbooks though. I like having the actual book.
Oh yeah.
Wendy says, I got an alarm clock. Just use it for the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, I've got a clock on my desk that is Central Time because, of course, I work in Central Time.
Yeah. So he's got.
So it's 8:02 right now Central Time.
Yeah. So he needs to know like how close am I to like quitting time?
Yeah.
You know.
Very important information.
Very importante. Yes. Yeah. Record players. We have a record player and records because I like being able to listen to records and stuff sometimes.
They have a different sound.
They do. Yeah. Walkman.
Oh, I remember the first Walkman I had was just insane. I remember it didn't even have a tape player in it or anything. It was just a radio.
Yeah.
But it was like
that's what I had. Yeah, that's what I had, and it was so cool.
The sound
to just be able to walk around
amazing.
And hear it. Yeah, it was cool. Tim says, "Don't need a library either, but I keep having to pay taxes for those things." Right?
How many libraries are sitting right now?
It's basically a big meeting space.
I mean, what else do you use it for?
Yeah,
that's it.
Still need a record player. Yes, we still have one.
Yeah,
and records. Wendy says Don has an Atlas still, but don't use it. Yep. They still make new records. Yep. Yes, they have. Like records have been making a comeback lately.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I bought her Chris Stapleton
a ton of them.
A bunch of different ones.
The boombox.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we have a radio here at this house, do we?
Yeah,
no, we don't.
There's one right there. In that.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Oh yeah. That must have been.
It's a little boombox.
Yes, the library is the new homeless shelter.
Yeah,
exactly. What they need to do is actually turn it into a homeless shelter where they have beds and stuff and like a little kitchen area where they can make food or whatever.
Yep.
That would be ideal. That would be awesome. See, I have all these great ideas, but nobody wants to listen. Oh, one of my favorites. Love that. Yeah, cassettes. I found this picture and I had to throw it in.
Oh my God. Everyone in our generation did this at some point.
Columbia House, are you guilty of it? Yes.
Right.
Yes. I got my 11 records or tapes. They were tapes for $1. And then I think the next time you had to pay more money for them. And I got them, but then I never paid. So I'm guilty of not paying Columbia House. Columbia House, I'm sorry.
Well, we were like 10.
Well, I was like 15 or 16, but I didn't have a job. So it's okay. It doesn't count if you didn't have a job, I think. Pagers, these were popular early in the 90s. Blackberries started out like that was
the original app phone.
Yeah. Colleen says yes. Wendy, been there, done that. Yeah, the BlackBerry was like the original smartphone.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
I didn't have a BlackBerry, but I knew a bunch of people that did, and like they were cool.
Yeah,
they were really neat. You could look up a bunch of stuff on there. But even BlackBerries have come a long, long way.
I don't even know if they make those anymore.
Well, I mean the progression from the BlackBerry to now, it's crazy. We don't need photo albums really anymore because we've got pictures on our phones. And we were talking my mom had this big container of pictures, and you can see from the 60s when my mom was younger, all the way up until 2013, I think 2011, 2013. That's when the pictures stopped. Because after that, we've got all these pictures on our phones, and we don't ever print them out. It's crazy. Cousin Tim says, I was wearing a pager once while doing wiring and thought I was being shocked. Screamed and everything.
I can totally see that happening.
Screamed and everything. My friends were laughing like crazy.
Wow.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
Awesome.
So other objects have become obsolete too. Calculators.
Yeah.
Like the kids every year for school, they're like, we need a new calculator. For what? You don't even use it at school. You don't even use it. So I know what your grade is in math. If your grade was higher, I'd buy you a new calculator, but it's not. So you're using the one from last year.
Right. It still works. You're fine.
Get better grades in math, I'll buy you a new calculator. But yeah, you've got calculators on your phone. Notebooks. I still use my notebooks, but a lot of people don't because they don't take notes. I love taking notes though.
I got 2 notebooks right there.
Yeah. Sorry, my throat.
You're good.
My vacation videos are on my YouTube channel. Yes.
Nice.
Remember having to buy the damn Texas Instruments monster?
Right.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I remember all of that. We had to
couldn't buy the $9 calculator.
Right.
You had to have the $130 calculator because that's the only one that would do calculus.
Because it had 2 extra little buttons on it.
Well, it had a whole lot of buttons on it, but it was basically like a little computer.
Looks like you need a new Trapper Keeper.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Good old Trapper Keeper.
I still have I try to do things the smart way when the kids were younger. So I had a small 2-drawer file cabinet that had the bottom drawer was all notebooks and folders that were still in good condition and loose leaf paper and stuff. And I would buy extra when the sales were going on at the beginning of the school year. And then the top drawer had all these, all the pens and pencils and crayons and markers and all that shit, protractors and everything. And so the kids could go in and get whatever they needed throughout the year. So I'm still giving stuff away from that, and still using up the notebooks because, we still have a lot. Sine and cosine.
Oh yeah,
yep.
Sine, cosine, tangent.
Yep. And
That's
I never knew how to use those, so
triangles.
I didn't want to use those.
SOHCAHTOA.
I didn't want to use those.
Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent.
You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
It's so stupid the shit you remember. You know?
Remember pencil sharpeners on the walls?
Oh, God,
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
Super loud.
And like one jackass would get up in the middle of a test and go over there and be cranking
Just
on that
grinding
thing.
on that dang thing.
And you're trying to think of, okay,
What was up? Son of a...
what year what year did Washington become president? Oh my God, I can't remember. And that jackass is sharpening his pencil right now.
Right.
Really? I'm gonna give him a new pencil. I'm gonna give him
Choke him.
I'm gonna shove it right up his ass. Textbooks.
Hey, look at that. Textbooks.
Yes, the kids don't even use textbooks anymore. They take laptops to school. But I loved my textbooks.
Yeah. I hated textbooks, but
I loved them. But I like the feel of having a book in my hand. Like I know a lot of people say, well, you know, with me, you know, publishing new books and stuff that, oh, well, you could just have them online and people could put them on their Nook or their whatever, you know, and read them. But I like the feel of having a book in my hand and reading and like turning the pages and, you know, like I like that. But yeah. I know there's some people out there
most
that
people
do.
don't.
But I do. Let's see. Wendy says, I still have photo books. I just had some, though.
Throwaway.
Throwaway. Yeah. From years ago. It cost me $90 for 9 of them.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And like some throwaway cameras from years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Cost me $90 for 9 of them. Yeah. It's crazy how expensive it is to print pictures out. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking with the kids and, you know, and making different things for them. And to do that, it was crazy. It was so expensive. Yes, Tim, the e-reader was the death of the bookmark. Yep. I still have a ton of bookmarks though. So if anybody needs any, I can mail them to you. Because I have a ton of them.
Literally 1 metric ton. No, maybe
that's what takes up all the space in the moving trucks is the bookmarks. So today's kids have Google. I had these.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yes, or World Book.
Yep.
Yeah, encyclopedias. Yeah, you can just Google them. Webster's Dictionary. Dictionaries are becoming obsolete because you can just Google the word and figure out what it means.
Yeah.
Another thing that's going away is libraries, like we talked about. Yeah. They're becoming obsolete. Now they're meeting spaces. You know, like I was in a reader or a writers club, and we would meet at the library. Didn't take any books out, but yeah. Turbo Tom says Harry Potter was the last set of books I got. Wow. I have a book that I could recommend for you to buy. Destroyer Ranch. Hey,
what's up, bud?
How are you?
What's going on, brother?
So glad that you're here. We're talking technology. I still remember how mad I would get when I would ask how to spell something and the jerk would say, look it up in the dictionary. I'm like, really? You would have hated me because that was my answer when the kids would say, how do I spell robot? And I'm like, look it up. Well, how am I supposed to know where to look for it if I don't know how to spell it? Well, they're going to have to figure that one out.
Try sounding it out.
You have to sound it out. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Who remembers the first search engine?
Oh, yeah.
The Dewey Decimal System.
Goodness.
Yes. Destroyer Ranch just got back from the track. The dart made a pass.
No way.
Nice
dude.
That's
Hell
so
yeah.
cool. I hope you recorded it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I would love to see that. That's awesome. That car is amazing. Same thing. We don't really need spelling class anymore. This young child is at a spelling bee. The moderator says, your word is C word. Spelling bee contest. C-U-N. The moderator, please.
No.
Jesus, stop. C word. I had to throw it in. Sorry. But spelling classes, you don't really need spelling classes anymore because you've got autocorrect on your phone and you've got spell check on your computer. So what do you need spelling class for?
Right.
Destroyer says Dan has it. Nice. So he must have sent it to you.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Sweet.
We are going to check that out later.
Yes.
Yes. Colleen says, can't wait for the video. Destroyer Tim's asking, what time did you get?
What time did you run?
Yeah. What time did you run?
About 5 o'clock.
I do have a video from a class.
You do?
Would you like to see it?
Well, of course.
Okay, here you go.
Wang! Pay attention.
I was distracted by that enormous flying...
Willie. Yeah. What's that?
And he's also asking 1/8 or quarter. We don't need handwriting class, cursive. Like they don't teach cursive anymore. Do you believe that?
Yeah.
And it says here, if we all switch to cursive and stick shift vehicles, we could cripple an entire generation.
That's true.
I did teach Michael how to write in cursive.
Yeah. Because you're not an idiot.
Because I said, if you're ever going to want to look up and read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution or any old family records, you're going to have to know how to read cursive because they wrote all of those documents in cursive.
Yeah.
So why is it that they no longer teach cursive in classes anymore?
Dumbing down on the kids.
Yeah, maybe they don't want the kids to know how to read those things anymore. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Could be different.
8 Mile Pass, short shift at 5,500, 860. Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Was cutting out, have to change the plugs. Wow, that's amazing.
I would imagine it's probably got a little crap in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably due for some plugs for sure.
Colleen says true.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, a tough track day is still better than a good day at the docks.
Bam.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Chalkboards have come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colleen says, I agree with you, Beth. Yeah, we've talked about that quite often. Like, why are they teaching things the way that they are? Like after teaching Michael, I went through the education program and I was probably a year away from becoming a teacher when I had to switch schools. And then teaching Michael, it's like, okay, the stuff that we learned in our generation when we were growing up is much more difficult than the stuff that they're learning now.
Oh God, yes.
Much more difficult. Like I had a huge problem with what the kids were learning during the little ailment that was going around a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We'll just call it that.
The vid.
I had a huge issue with the way that kids were being taught back then. And I let the school know about it.
They stunted our kids on purpose.
The entire generation is stunted because of that bullshit. But anyway.
Yes.
So chalkboards. I remember if you were good during class, you got to go outside and clap the erasers together. Remember that?
Yeah.
But we had some idiots that would clap them against the wall of the building, the outside wall, and then we got in trouble and we weren't allowed to do that anymore. But like these things, they went from chalkboards to whiteboards, and now they've got these electronic boards that are really cool, actually.
They are pretty cool.
They're pretty neat.
Especially like the clear ones that you can see through.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I do like that technology. That's cool. Pens and pencils are becoming obsolete. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
It was like you don't even need really a pen or a pencil anymore. Even to buy a house, like the only thing that you need a pen for is like, a live signature in front of a notary.
Yeah.
All of your other documents are done through DocuSign. It's crazy. Tim, the vid was so big it went viral. Checkbooks. Does anybody still use their checkbook?
Nope.
Like, we.
Why would you use a checkbook when you can literally go on at any point in time and look right at your balance and know exactly how much you have in the bank?
But I do write checks every once in a while, for different things. But like most of our bills are online and everything. So like,
yep.
I remember I used to balance my checkbook, and it was to the penny. I would go back through if it wasn't to the penny and make sure, like, correct all my stuff because I wanted to make sure that it was right, you know?
Yep.
Because I was one of those weird people that I wanted to know how much money I had. It was weird. Yes, Colleen, stand your ground when you can. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I definitely want to do that all the time. Stand it when I can. Rolodex.
Oh my God.
Oh, I had the best
Rolodex.
Rolodex when I worked at. Oh my God. One of my jobs, I had the best Rolodex. Had so many phone numbers in there, and then it had a cover on it, and you slide the top back, and then you spin it, and oh my God, it was so cool. I loved it.
I know you loved it.
And mine was alphabetized according to company. So like when I had a new one, I would put it in there like alphabetically.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah. Floppy disks. We talked about that a little bit.
I had one that was all cards. So you would just put the card in there. It was clear. So you
The
put
Rolodex?
Yeah. So you put the card in there, and
Nice.
then when you flip through, you you alphabetize them. But
Yeah. That's
you could
cool.
actually go, to A, and it would go. Brrr.
Yeah. Yeah. I love those things. Tim says, no one will understand the old saying, your mouth is writing checks your ass can't catch. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
They will when they F around and find out.
That's right. That's right. We were watching a Netflix show, Dead to Me. It was pretty good. And one of the scenes, Christina Applegate goes to this young girl who's like an influencer on social media, and she's like, how much would it take for you to take down your video? And the girl's like, well, how much do you want to give me? And she's like, $500, $1,000, whatever. They settled on $1,000, I think.
I don't remember.
And
It was a lot.
Christina takes out her checkbook and starts writing a check. And the girl's like, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm writing you a check. And the girl's like, I don't know what that is. But I have PayPal and I have this. I have that.
Venmo.
Yeah. Christina Applegate is like, Gen X all the way. She's like, yeah, I don't even know how any of that works. Just whatever. Address books. I still have one because I love my address book, but like they're becoming obsolete because nobody writes letters to anybody anymore. And stationery sets. I remember asking for those when I was little, like the little different types of paper in there and the pens and the envelopes and everything matched, but nobody writes letters anymore. Stamps. We're getting away from those. Christmas cards. Nobody writes Christmas cards out anymore. Like very few.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite things was writing Christmas cards out.
We used to put out a card every year.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to write. Well, I used to write a Christmas letter to everybody too. Oh, yeah. We were talking earlier about the VHS and the DVD players.
That one would actually, you could record on the VHS, you could record the DVD, or you could record the DVD on the, either way.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wendy says, I got a chalkboard in my extra bedroom. We did it with a chalkboard paint.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Those are really cool. I love
cool.
those. Colleen says, my daughter and son-in-law had to take parenting classes because my granddaughter said, Mommy and Daddy are mean to me. She was properly disciplined. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember Mike getting into trouble
Shit.
he got into trouble at school, and I had to talk to the police officer that worked at the school, and he said to me, so how are you planning on disciplining this child when he gets home? And I'm like, well, he'll be grounded, and the way I would discipline the kids is they had extra jobs to do around the house.
They'd have to do work.
Yeah. So
If you're going to be a jerk, you're going to do work.
Yep. The jerk does work. So we had very, very clean baseboards because he got a little plastic container of warm water with soap in it, a toothbrush, and a little towel. And he was crawling around on his hands and knees cleaning the baseboards.
Because out here in Arizona, it's
very dusty
over all of the baseboards. You have to keep them clean all the time.
Yes.
Otherwise, they just fill up with dirt.
Yeah. And the one time he had gotten suspended from school, and he had already cleaned the baseboards 2 weeks before that. So they were still clean. He had already cleaned the windows. He had already cleaned out several closets around the house. So I told him his job was to go out and clean all the rocks by hand. And you have to understand, here in Arizona, our backyard was rock.
Nothing but rock.
So I told him, go outside and clean the rocks. So he didn't like that job. Can I just take a hose out there? No, because you're only going to get the tops clean. So you have to go out there and pick up each one, clean it off, and put it down. I want all the rocks cleaned. If you're going to get in trouble at school, this is what you're doing.
Yep.
Get used to manual labor, kid, because if you're not going to pay attention in school, you'll be doing a whole lot of it when you get older.
Yep, that's right.
So, oh well. China settings. Nobody uses China settings anymore. My mom would get the China out every single time that we had a holiday, a party, whatever, and we don't use China anymore.
No.
Like, we use plastic, which works better because then the kids don't
Love
break
it. Yeah, if you drop a plastic plate, you go, huh? Yeah, okay.
Right. Water beds. Remember these?
Oh God, yeah.
It's all fun and games till this thing springs a leak.
Some people don't like waves, so to give those people more comfort, Big Sur Waterbeds reinvented the waterbed to remove the waves.
Big Sur.
Yes.
Home of the California King.
Yes. We had Big Sur waterbeds. They were fun.
I had a California King Big Sur waterbed.
Yes.
And it was badass.
Yes. They were really, I didn't know you back then. Well, I knew you back then, but I didn't know you back then.
Yeah, you'd have been bouncing off the headboard if I could have.
Yes. The one thing that's worse than that is an air mattress.
Air mattresses are awful.
Yes.
Absolutely awful.
Oh, I don't know why I'm.
We've got one that's a decent one. It's a Coleman. It's pretty nice. It even it fills itself. You plug it in and it fills itself.
Yeah, but by the morning you're like practically laying on the ground.
No, it throughout the night it actually turns on and keeps air in there.
My side didn't. I was on the ground. But we had toys that were really simple back in the day. We had dolls, we had G.I. Joes, we had Speak and Spell, which was actually like pretty technologically savvy.
Yeah, it was a good
for
toy.
back in the day, you know. Yes, Colleen. It's all fun and games until you can't move in the morning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah. But on the ground, feet and shoulders in the air. Butt on the ground, feet and shoulders in the air.
Yep.
Yes. How did you know? We had Rubik's Cubes. We had Lego sets, Tinker Toys.
Director set.
We played a lot of board games. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. Yes. Playing cards. Swing set. Who remembers swinging so high the poles lifted up out of the ground? Because we moved so much, my dad refused to put the concrete in the ground and secure them because we would move after a year or two, and he's like, well, we're taking the swing set with us. We had things that taught us. Yes.
There you
amen.
go.
I gotta get shit done around here tonight. Yep, we are almost done. Thanks so much for Wendy for coming in,
Wendy.
I was the big kid. The poles sank. We should have had you over to our house because the poles did not sink in our house. Yeah, it was. You took your life in your hands,
right?
Yeah, you were basically like flying off of the thing, you know, and hoping that you didn't go flying off.
Yeah, you can't catch me.
Nice.
If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's The Ridiculous Six.
Oh my God, is that hilarious?
Oh my God. Do yourself a favor this weekend and watch The Ridiculous Six.
I think I peed her pants when we were watching
it is
hilarious.
The dumbest, funniest movie. Like, you have to watch it. Remember the 1.5-foot crappy slide that came on the side?
Yep, right on the side. And it was
Yes.
like in the summertime, it would be so damn hot you couldn't even get near it because it would like burn your face.
Or it was plastic and it would crumple underneath you.
Oh God, yeah. You go on, it's like,
Yeah, you go to run up the slide and it's like collapsing. Yeah, I remember those. Oh my God, yes. If you've ever played on this puke-causing, concussion-giving, bone-breaking, kid rocket launching hunk of metal and survived, you are a true warrior.
Yes, I am a true warrior.
I am a true warrior. Yes, because I would hold on for dear life to those things.
Those things were
My youngest brother would go flying off, and we're like, dude, you'll have to wait your turn to get back on. You can't get on right now. It's going too fast. Today's kids, they've got toys that are like very technological, like I don't know. They don't really teach you anything.
They more just like do everything for you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're cute, but you can't really cuddle a robot, Turbo Tom says, I will be at Cedar Point this weekend.
Nice.
We will be in our house this weekend.
Yeah, we'll be here.
That's really cool. What are you doing at Cedar Point, Turbo Tom? Are you racing? What are you doing?
He's racing, if you ask me.
Yes. Tell us what you're doing there. That would be good. VR glasses, so you can enter a different dimension, I guess. I don't know.
Virtual reality.
I think these things would make me like nauseous.
They make you want to vom.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like them very much. I'd rather ride the merry-go-round. A lot of handheld toys. Personally, I think the kids should just get outside and run around.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. What do you guys think I missed? So out of all these things, what do you think we missed? Oh, he said he's going to be riding coasters.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
nice.
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Yeah.
That's right. They're in Ohio.
Amusement park.
Yeah.
Nice. Hopefully the weather is good for you out there.
Yeah, no kidding. That sounds like fun, dude.
Have a wonderful time. Ride a roller coaster in our honor.
That's right. Give us a snapshot or something.
Yes. And say this one is for Beth Lee and Dan IT Guy.
There we go.
I love the show VR5. I don't think we saw that.
I don't know what that is. VR5.
Huh. We may have to check that out.
Have to see what it is.
Yeah. So what did we miss? What things are obsolete now that you grew up with, or that we all grew up with? What things are obsolete? Like, there's so many things that have changed over the years. What do you think? Yes, film projectors are getting there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember it was like we would be so excited when they would bring the TV in to the classroom.
Yep, the big ass TV on the huge stand.
Yeah, or they'd have the film projector sitting there. Like, we were so excited.
Yeah, you walk in and that's what the slide projector or the film projector sitting there.
I was so excited about that. Yep, slide projectors too.
Yep.
Yes. The Duquesne.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? He's got to drink his drink. Sorry.
It's a slide projector.
Ah, okay.
It's made by Duquesne.
Ah. So you guys don't know all these things here. I don't know them.
Yes.
Well, we've gone kind of way over, but it's okay. I think it's all right.
I knew it was going to be a little long, but
yeah. But
and by a little long, I mean like really long. I tried to explain that to you, but
I don't listen.
You didn't want to listen.
I don't listen. Sorry, I don't listen. So we wanted to leave you with a message of hope. Even though life may be really hard right now, remember there is a deep place of hope that lies inside each of us. Surrender to the hope that lies within you. Let it lift you from the darkness, just as the flower turns to the sun and opens itself to be held in the light. I thought that was really pretty. Really neat. Like, things might be hard, but there is hope that is inside of you. And, Cousin Tim says, darn, I guess just have to do some memes. Yeah. Yes. So next week we will have some acro memes.
Yep.
I promise. We will have some acro memes for you for next week. I don't know what the topic of the show is going to be, but we'll figure that out. And I will have some acro memes for you. AI sucks for video compilation. Maybe I need to talk to Dan. Yes. Yeah, that would be good. Dan or Destroyer Ranch?
Destroyer's the
Destroyer
man.
Ranch has been doing
He's
a
got
lot.
the software. I don't have the software. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Dan Broke Guy. All my stuff is gone.
Yes. Oh, Colleen's waiting. She can't wait for acronyms. We'll bring them back.
Nice.
Just for you guys. So we are going to go for today. But thank you guys so much for coming in. We had such a great time with all of you. Can't wait for next week.
It'll be fun.
It should be a good time. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a terrific week next week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
We love you guys.
We love you.
We'll see you.